The first season of Andor on Disney Plus started off by narrating Cassian Andor's history as the spy who appeared in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Now, the Cassian viewers' encounter with Andor is unlike the cynical trooper from Rogue One. Andor's second season will continue to follow Cassian's development after he joins the rebellion and starts to take on the characteristics that make him who he is in Rogue One. So according to the actor behind the character, Diego Luna, how might Cassian change in Season 2? And what else did Luna have to say about being on set? Let's take a closer look. First up, actor Diego Luna from the hit show Andor recently spoke about the second season, particularly Cassian's change. The critically praised Star Wars series Andor wrapped up its debut season by showcasing how Cassian Andor's inner rebel flame, played by Diego Luna, was kindled across the 12 episodes. The massively serialized drama's action was cleverly divided into 4 discrete plot arcs: recruitment/raid, which appeared from episodes 1 to 3, theft, episodes 4 to 6, incarceration in episodes 7 to 10, and finally, uprising from episode 11 to the finale. This divides the action into easily digestible chunks, with breaks so the viewer remembers the entire experience. The second season is presently in production and will also have 4 distinct 3-episode arcs. The main distinction is that, as opposed to the first season, each will take place around a year apart. 5 years have passed since the events of Rogue One, when the first season, which lasted a full year, began. As a result, the following season will fill in the gaps between the first season and the movie, in which Andor is a very different character who is given a lot more duty and significance to the rebellion. Speaking on his character changes, Luna explained, "I think what happens also after prison and in the next episodes is that he really understands what he's fighting against. He understands the need for a revolution because he understands what oppression means basically, and how little freedom he has and how unfair the world he lives in is." However, it appears Andor still has a lot to learn throughout the upcoming season, according to Luna. The second season's filming started a month ago and is scheduled to last until August. After that, there will be a full year of post-production, so it won't be released until the second half of 2024. On a similar note, Luna also spoke about why it's so important to have answers to all the questions posed on set. "There are many reasons why Andor is one of the best Star Wars shows ever produced, but the extraordinary attention to detail is a major one. Every set is crammed with objects that have a purpose and give the area a feeling of being actually lived in. Whether the place is one we spend only a little amount of time in, or one that is frequently featured, we can sense how a character's past weighs on decisions made in the present. Whether they are only in a single episode or have a season-long storyline, these attributes undoubtedly had a large influence in earning Andor 2 Critics' Choice nominations, one for Best Drama Series and a Best Actor nomination." So, while acknowledging how outstanding Andor is, Luna made a point to highlight the extraordinarily high value of creator Tony Gilroy's ambitious concept and his ability to execute it. It's Tony Gilroy. He's the executive producer and a CCA-nominated lead of the show. He's really ambitious, takes a lot of time, and does a great job. Each character has a purpose, a path, and he pays attention to every little detail. And we couldn't agree more with Luna. They all fit together fairly well to support Cassian's path and the rebel leader we know he will become. And they all have strong individual arcs and feel like entire people. Luna had to deliver the sentence in Rogue One's A Star Wars Story, so making Andor feel connected to our world was the team's first priority, according to Luna. Or more precisely, to forget that we're in a galaxy far, far away from the audience. But how precisely did they accomplish that? Luna said, "There is a lot we don't tell you about here, but we need you to feel it." Having answers to all of the viewers' questions was essential to making them feel the unseen/unspoken. Luna went on, "We all required knowledge of the background. We devote a lot of time to doing this, to provide a natural familiarity with the setting and the objects in it before the camera start rolling. Luna's own known procedure includes visiting the sets before filming. We're so thankful they're all so dedicated to making this Star Wars spin-off one of the best we have seen yet. And there's no doubt Season 2 will bring even more of this. So when exactly will Season 2 be released? Andor's first season came to an end in late 2022. Fans can anticipate seeing Andor Season 2 in the future, even if no release date has been specified. What's known is listed below. The Andor showrunner, Tony Gilroy, has stated that Season 2 will premiere sometime in 2024. This season will be the program's last. Also, what do we know currently about the Season 2 cast? Early Revolt heroes Bix Kalin, played by Andrea Arona, and Luthen Rael, played by Stalin Skarsgård, still have more of their tales to tell. In addition to Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna, the Cyril Karn from Solar, Saw Gerrera, played by Forrest Whitaker, and Mon Mothma, played by Genevieve O'Reilly, first made their appearance in Rogue One with Andor. It wouldn't be crazy to think that additional characters, including cargo pilot Bodhi Rook, portrayed by Riz Ahmed, and Imperial military specialist Orson Krennic, played by Ben Mendelsohn, may also appear in Season 2. Okay, lastly, it's no secret that Season 1 left a lot of things unanswered. Here are some of the biggest question marks. Firstly, what exactly happens to Luthen before Rogue One? What happens to Luthen before Rogue One is a more essential question, given his prominence across Andor and significant participation in the early Rebel Alliance. Unfortunately, this means that Andor Season 2 may not be good for the Spy Master given his absence from the prequel film. This is due in large part to the ISB. The quest for Axis is a key priority. Originally established in Andor Season 1, the character's absence from other Star Wars endeavors suggests they will finally succeed. Regardless of Luthen's ultimate destiny, the fact that the rebellion continues to gain momentum despite this gloomy outlook is a testimony to his legacy. What role does Cyril play, and is Miro's future in danger? In Rick's Road, Cyril Karn's character development also took an intriguing turn when he suddenly appeared on the scene dressed as a resident of Ferrix to rescue a helpless Dedra Miro from an enraged mob. But what does his appearance indicate for the future of the friendship between the two devoted ISB employees, and where did he come from? Is he merely demonstrating the depths of his desire and allegiance to the Empire, or is he demonstrating an obsession with Miro? Finally, if there is one thing we can be confident of, the Empire does not see failure well. In light of this, what will the consequences be for Miro if her attempt to capture Axis and Cassian goes tragically wrong, and both manage to escape the grasp of the Imperials? Earlier in the season, Cyril received criticism for botching an operation of far lower importance. Will Miro receive a heavier punishment for aborting her mission, or will she keep her position and be even more inspired to find the elusive rebel leaders? Will the Empire continue to punish the citizens of Ferrix? What happened to Cassian's sister and Kino Loy on Narkina 5? The last time we saw Kino Loy, he worked with Cassian to lead a breakout from the oppressive Narkina 5. We learned that Kino couldn't swim and had to be left behind when they reached the bay doors, and freedom was only a leap into the water away. What happened to him and the other prisoners who were denied the chance to experience freedom? Did the Empire take back control of the labor jail and put even tougher regulations in place? Since Cassian's last talk with Marva on Ferrix, we haven't heard anything about his long-lost sister either. Without giving a reason, she instructed him to give up looking for her. Marva, did you know she was dead? Why did she instruct Cassian to abandon his search for her? Did the Ferrix rebels really manage to flee? The title character abandoned his friends and other freedom fighters on a decrepit ship with a potentially hazardous route ahead before Cassian and Luthen's dramatic final encounter. Their evacuation is far from certain due to the Imperial presence on Ferrix and the difficulty of their escape path. However, Bix's poignant parting words to Cassian, "I'll find them," give hope that they will survive. Although it is unclear what part figures like Brasso and Bix played in the rebellion, their hopeful and moving relationship with Cassian makes it likely that after escaping Ferrix, they will appear in Season 2 of Andor. Lastly, the big question mark: who actually knows about the Death Star? The Andor Season 1 post-credits scene proved that the components Cassian and his fellow prisoners had been working on were in fact related to the fabled Death Star space station, as many had believed. The Death Star's landing in Andor raises various concerns about who, at this point in the timeline, is aware of its existence. Given that the series' action takes place in 5 BBY, why, it is a considerable amount of time until the Rebel Alliance learns of the potentially galaxy-ending menace. Further evidence that Death Star preparations are currently strictly need to know only comes from the dearth of conversation about the project in the ISB's power corridors. Therefore, it is safe to presume that, except for a few, the Death Star still remains a big secret. But we could be totally wrong. We will just have to wait and see what Season 2 brings. Unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we had for you today. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.